Marvel recently announced the cancellation of several movies and TV shows that had been in development over the past few years, with one of the most significant being Eternals 2. Despite the extensive story material already created, this project was scrapped as part of Marvel's evolving strategy. Initially, the Eternals were poised to play a major role in the MCU, potentially replacing the X-Men in Avengers 5 and 6. This was all before Robert Downey Jr. signed a new contract, leading to significant changes in Marvel's plans. Originally, Kevin Feige and Marvel had a very different vision for the MCU, one that included Thanos as a central figure. Josh Brolin, who played Thanos, hinted at his potential return due to these plans. However, with the recent pivot to focusing on characters like Doctor Doom and the introduction of the Doomsday storyline, many of these earlier concepts were abandoned. Marvel has been relatively quiet about the cancellations, often leaving fans wondering about the fate of certain storylines and post-credit scenes that were never fully resolved. The cancellation of Eternals 2 is perhaps the most notable casualty in this chaotic period for Marvel. Fans were eager to learn more about Thanos' backstory, which the first Eternals movie teased, particularly his connection to the other Eternals from Titan. Eternals 2 was supposed to delve deeper into this backstory and explore the relationships established in the post-credit scenes of the first movie, such as the one involving Star Fox. The movie was also expected to further develop characters like Kit Harington's Black Knight, who had several planned appearances in future Marvel projects that have since been canceled or altered. Marvel initially had grand plans for the Celestials, who were intended to be the major villains of Avengers 5 and 6 before the focus shifted to Kang the Conqueror following the success of Jonathan Majors' portrayal in the Loki series. This change marked a significant shift in Marvel's direction, with the Celestials playing a much smaller role than originally intended. After the release of The Eternals during the pandemic, which significantly impacted its box office performance, Marvel began to rethink its strategy. The movie's poor financial showing was one of the first signs of trouble, leading to the cancellation of its sequel and many other projects. Marvel's entire approach to content production changed during this time, especially with the emphasis on Disney Plus shows. This led to issues with quality control, as seen with Secret Invasion. Following this, Marvel reduced its output significantly, with Deadpool and Wolverine being the only major release scheduled for 2024. Eternals 2 would have been released within a few years of the first movie and was expected to continue exploring the fallout from the emergence of the Celestial in the Indian Ocean, a storyline that was finally picked up in the upcoming Captain America: Brave New World. The original plans for Eternals 2 included the return of the Celestial Arishem the Judge, who would have held the Eternals accountable for their actions in the first movie. This would have set the stage for a larger confrontation in Avengers 5, with the Celestials posing a significant threat to Earth. In addition to the Celestials, Eternals 2 would have explored Thanos' connection to Star Fox, revealing more about their familial ties and the unique nature of Thanos within the MCU. The movie was also set to address some of the logical inconsistencies regarding the Eternals' nature as celestial robots and how Thanos, as an Eternal, fits into this framework. Josh Brolin's return as Thanos was planned for Eternals 2, which would have provided an opportunity to expand on his backstory and further integrate him into the ongoing MCU narrative. Although Thanos has appeared in animated form in What If, this would have been a significant live-action return. Marvel's plans have shifted dramatically since these original ideas were conceived. The introduction of new villains, changes in leadership, and the acquisition of Fox all played a role in this shift. As a result, many of the storylines and character arcs that were once central to Marvel's future have been either altered or scrapped entirely. For fans of the Eternals, the cancellation of Eternals 2 is a disappointing development. While some characters may return in cameo appearances, the larger plans for these characters and their place in the MCU have changed drastically. Marvel's focus has now shifted towards integrating the X-Men and other Fox properties into the MCU, which will likely dominate the next phase of Marvel storytelling. As Marvel continues to evolve its strategy, it remains to be seen how many of these original concepts will resurface in future projects. For now, fans can only speculate about what could have been as Marvel moves forward with its new vision for the MCU. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates.